Hi, this cat is called simple validation of a username with regex. What do we have to do? Well, we have to validate a username here, and we have to check out whether it consists of lowercase letters, numbers, and or a underscore. And last but not least, the length should be between 4 and 16 characters. Well, let's go. Here we have a valid username. Instead of using regex, I want to showcase you a method to accomplish this with conditionals, but you will see that it will get very lengthy, but just for demonstration purposes. So let's start with iterating for character in username. Here at the top are the requirements. Lowercase letters, numbers, and underscores are allowed, and the length should be between 4 and 16 characters. Okay. First of all, how do we check out if the character is lowercase? Well, a string has a built-in method is lower, and that will return a Boolean value. Yeah. So in this case, it will return true if the character is a lowercase character. How do we check out if the characters are digits? Well, for that we have built a method as well. Character dot is digit that returns a Boolean value as well. So here we get everything covered except for the underscore, but we can check the underscore as well. Character should be equal to underscore, and that returns true as well. If one of these conditions is met, then the character is legit. So how do we do that? How do we check that actually out in a loop? Well, as follows: if this condition returns true, we just continue. In other words, we skip the character. If this condition is met, if the character is a number, then we also just continue. And then if the character is a underscore, this is also legit, then we also continue. In all the other cases, we return false right away, because the character is something else than a lowercase letter, a digit, or a underscore. So here we get none, nothing wrong with that. But here we have a case where it should return false, just by replacing the underscore by a white space, and you see that it returns false right away. Very important to check our work. Let's continue, because we also should check the length. And we indent outside the for loop, and we just check the length. As follows: print the LAN, the length of the username. And in the length function, we pass in the username as an argument. That's 8. But if it is less than 4 characters, 4 is okay, but less than 4 characters, which is false in this case. But if it returns true, in such a case, for example, then we have to return false right away. Then the password is not valid. Return false. And the same applies if the length of the username is more than 60. Then we should also return false right away. So let's put in some characters here. Yeah, false. And then, last but not least, else in all the other cases, we return true. In such a case, it has stand the test. Oh, return true, I mean. Again, it was this one. This one should return true. Yeah. Okay, let's test this out. Attempt. Yeah, that works out. Then we are going to use regex to actually see how easy this can be without all these conditionals. So let's comment this out. It works, it's fine, nothing wrong with it, but it can be shorter and easier. First of all, we have to import the RE module. It's a core module of Python. And then we make a new variable pattern is equal to re.compile. And here we can put in our searching pattern. First of all, we start off with quotation marks, and then we should devise our pattern in square brackets. First of all, we should check for lowercase letters, indicated from A till Z. Then we check for numbers. In the same fashion, we can use 0, a dash, and then 9 to check all the numbers from 0 till 9. And we check all the lowercase letters from A to Z. And we check the underscore, so we can put it in as well. And the length should be between 4 and 60 characters. Well, for the length, we can use curly brackets. And then on the left-hand side, we put in the minimal amount of characters that the username should consist for. Then a comma. And then on the right-hand side, the maximum amount of characters that it may consist. 16. Yeah, so here we compile our searching pattern, but then we should actually look for a match as follows. So we return pattern, the variable. That's the searching pattern that we have set up. And then on that we use the .match method. And as an argument we pass in that's what we want to validate. Well, in our case, that's the username. Is it valid or not? Oh, well, there's a match object. But the only thing that we should do is return a Boolean value, whether it's legit or not. Well, for that, we can use the built-in function bool, and we can pass in this search pattern as a argument. This returns true, and if we replace this underscore by a white space, it will return false. It doesn't. Why not? May have to do something with the searching pattern. We should search from the start from the string till the end. The start is indicated by the anchor tag and the end is indicated by the dollar sign, yeah, and then it returns false. So this should work out. It's very short in any case and simple if you understand this. Let's attempt it, and there we go. Hope this has been useful, that you learned something from it. I'll thank you for watching and hope to see you in another video. Ciao.